to go to the hospital. Wewe ni mgonjwa? Mwita just came up here. I'm working. He says, na mbona unapiga kelele? I'm sorry guys. This is not a laughing matter by the way. Asa mimi nikusaidia aje Mwita?
Nikafia ndani.
Ukafia ndani? Wewe ni mgonjwa?
Tumbo inanisumbua sana David, hata wewe.
Hebu
Nikapigwa x-ray.
Honestly.
Ikaonekana nina shida tumboni.
For sure he's sick. Yeah.
Inauma sana ndani.
Mwita's health is deteriorating. Look his stomach.
Sina msaada, sina pesa.
Yeah.
Sina pesa yote.
Hello internet, welcome back to Nyamwini Place. Actually, sometimes we thought that Nyamwini you're going to get at least there's a good fish, but what it come to my realization that no good fish in Nyamwini. All of them, they're just rotten fish. Why do I start my video this way? We can recall very well Mwita went back to his matrimonial home. Then later on, after he went back to his matrimonial home, there's a group of people being guided by dancing grandmom just went to Mwanza to bring Mwita back to the village. But again I said that they have a hidden agenda towards bringing Mwita back to the village, but most of the people, they were thinking that it was a joke. But the reality and the fact of the day is that they had the second mind thought of Mwita to be back in the village. And we saw Mwita very well at this particular video, the health status of Mwita, that it was not a joking matter and that it is not a laughing matter. It is a serious matter. A stomach is something that hold essential thing in the body of a human being. And when he comes a point of concluding that his stomach is swollen, even that point, I was just eager watching it very keenly. Then I came to realize it was a true story. His stomach is swollen, and even he said he went to the hospital. He was just done an x-ray, and the x-ray shows how he was seriously sick. But he came at a point of saying dancing grandmom daughter just took his money that he wanted to use to take him to the hospital. This one brings to my conclusion that even dancing grandmom, he is the one who sent him where Lady J was. And this one, I can conclude that dancing grandmom and his entire of the family, they are hypocrites. Their mind thoughts is they are just aiming for money. The other day, I saw when dancing grandmom was talking about, let's help Mwita to go to the hospital. But at this point of speaking, we know there's a different, there's a SHA that actually organize the treatment of a human being. They also, if they have at least a cash bill, that they could supposed to be taking Mwita to the hospital. Because I am 100% sure Mwita was not mad to say that dancing grandmom has his money just to make sure he going to get to the hospital. Now, where is Hosea right now? Because where is Nation One right now? Because this is a health status issue. Where are these kind of the two people right now? This is the right time for you people, Nation One and Hosea, no, you'll be watching this kind of the video. It is a right time for you to show that no, I have to stand with this particular person to get his medic, to get his treatment, because you are among the people who organized him to be brought back to Kenya. Because everybody understands that later on, Mwita went back to his matrimonial home. But through your organization, you brought him back to Nyamwini village. So, what will his parents say about? And they understand very well that who went there to bring him back. Have been seeing most of the people losing their lives through the same story. So you get somebody, his stomach, it is swollen, and people goes just having an ignorance to treat this kind of the person. Then later on, you find it out that things are turning to be more worse. But most of the people, they are not taking this kind of the issue seriously. Where is the firstborn of Dancing Grandmom? Because even him personally, I just heard him making a little bit of the videos with Mwita. But when it comes now to the serious problem, they are not there to just to hold Mwita hand, to make sure that let's hold Mwita hand, to make sure that he going to get the best medics, of which it is one of his essential thing. It is one of his it is one of his right that he should be getting. But the worst part of it is that even the few cash that he has, they are trying to grab it, hiding it, because when this kind of the boy, just this kind of the Nyamwini king, because I usually call him Nyamwini king because most of the people there, they bow down for him, because you're going to get even big people following him up and down. Then you wonder, why are this kind of the people not going to look at least a little bit of thing to work, but they are really following him up and down. Then I said, okay, everybody has his own life, sometimes. But actually through the reaction that we usually make, some people usually change, because I get to understand, I've come to realize that most of the people watches us. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I goes by the name Lucas the Traveler. If the first time you're coming across my YouTube channel, feel most welcome. This is the best place to be. And we are mostly doing a reaction video. If you have not subscribed, consider subscribe, like the video, always turn on notification if at all you have not turned on notification. Thank you so much for always tuning in, for always returning in, to make sure that let's support Lucas the Traveler. The best way to support Lucas the Traveler is through watching, subscribing, and also liking the video. And we are there to make it happen. The rain has been raining, cats and everything, and we want to thank God for that amazing and fantastic time. Back again to our injection video that actually we want to go on to just on our reaction video. You have been seeing several Kalma around Nyamwini, and then once upon we say that they are using him for content. Once somebody is being exhausted, and this kind of the people just realize that no more money is generating from this platform, now they evacuate from that kind of the platform, because we just realized that after now they have just realized that at Dancing Grandmom, I know so many people they were fighting at the beginning that they should be going to Dancing Grandmom, everybody going to Dancing Grandmom, a lot of things, a lot of arrests happened at a Dancing Grandmom. But later on, when now they have come to realization now, even if they go there, no big implication that is just generated from Dancing Grandmom. Right now, actually, you're going to wonder that we don't see much of this kind of the people going there and talking about, because we were seeing there each and every camera, another camera could come from up, another camera come from back, another camera come from behind. You people, if now you could now come in with this kind of the cameras to this kind of the Mwita, actually I'm 100% sure that Mwita could get his medics. But right now, this kind of the camera that they were coming, I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them. That's why sometimes I usually suspect this kind of the people who call them the positive people. This kind of the positive people that are calling themselves positive people, they are all aiming for money. That time where the camera, there were a lot of cameras there. And they came to realize that Dancing Grandmom at that particular time was the trending factor of of the month or some months. Because it was the trending factor of some months, much of the people, they were making sure that they have to go there for their own benefit, not for the benefit of the another individual. They were just dancing this kind of the Mwita, oh, jump, do this, oh, Mwita, what. Now, where are these now people? Right now, where now is suffering. Now Mwita is back to the center. Back to the center. With his most, sometimes when we are doing reaction, we don't want to favor just one side. If another side now does a wrong thing, we inject it. We don't say that, we are not biased. And Lucas the Traveler never be biased. I'm here to inject any kind of the place that generates. If this one comes like this, we inject it. And if this one comes like this, we inject it. So we don't be biased in either way. We inject in any kind of the issue that they are really coming out. Now, guys, actually, back again to this kind of the situation that most of the people, they were wondering. And we are here to make it happen. Now, that is dancing grandma behind this old scene. I'm going to conclude yes. Because when this kind of the person was just working on his garden, he is confirming that there was a little bit of quarrel. And when Lucas the Traveler is just injecting this kind of the issue, I know most of the people, they will come in, oh, now Lucas the Traveler is preventing. No, I'm just injecting. I'm somebody that I inject in kind of the place. I know that dancing grandmom was there sending Mwita, no, can you go? Now, Davy is just there. Just go to Davy and just tell him this and this kind of the issue. And 100% sure, if this kind of Mwita could have been given money, and today, if he could be have given yesterday, today Mwita could not be having money. And that is the reality. This money could have been planned meticulously. And this kind of the money, even if somebody sends Mwita now money directly, and Mwita being given that money directly, I'm telling you, at the next day, Mwita would not be having any money. Now, that's the moment whereby now you will see a dancing grandmama over there, pretending to be most caring of Mwita. Pretending to be most caring of the Mwita. But at the end of the day, and the little factor is not caring, is after that a little bit of cash that is there. That's the nature of what I've just realized of this kind of the people. Now, after now, he will now be planning about this kind of the money. Oh, God, this and this, oh, the remaining factor, I'll do this and this. But right now, because he has not gained that much of that help, now you have not seen them. They have a platform. They have. Dancing grandmom has a platform. His elder son has a platform. And whichever the people have a platform. That's why I usually say that they are hypocrites. Why don't they bring now back Mwita to the internet and say that, please, let's help this kind of a person, this kind of the individual. Because right now, if Mwita could not be no more, most of the people could have been contributed. They could have been contributing. And I wonder why this kind of the people, they are much eager to their own benefit, but when somebody is much sick, they are not there at this kind of the platform to make sure that let's help this kind of the individual and him to get his best medic. They are not there. But if at all now, it could be now something else. They could now be popping in and to make sure that let's inject it meticulously and let's make it happen. Back again. Loss of animals, and we say that it was an ignorance. Why do I say it was an ignorance at this kind of the platform? You know, sometimes an animal is a pet, and they say that keep an animal, the animal to keep you, because this kind of the animal, they usually provide you a lot of things. And when now you want to use animal like donkeys, you want to convert the usage of donkey back to the animals. Automatically, this kind of the animal, the first thing is that they will start shrinking like something that has been rained, and a hen that has been rained. If you see a hen that has been rained, sometimes it shrinks. So that's how this kind of the animal, if you just handle them the way it's not supposed to be handled, you see it shrinking like nothing business. Yeah, guys, sorry, actually, I had a call from one of the neighbor. Actually, he's telling me that his motorbike is broken. and he going to hustle with it. That is called Kalonzo. He just called me right now. That's why I cut the phone. Even I just forget where we started. You know, much of the people back in the village right now, each somebody have a problem. Actually, you shall call Lucas the Traveler. That Lucas the Traveler, gonna, can you help me this and this? So he's telling me to go and pull him to the person who is making motorbike, so that he's going to repair his motorbike. I use my motorbike to pull him, not that I go and pull his. And even the other day, when Mogesi was just arrested, the day before yesterday, he called me. I was the first person to be called that where you can you come to Savannah police station. Much of the things that are really happening, and we have to avail ourselves at that particular point and to settle this kind of the issues. And end of the day, we made it happen, and he's back to the village. That's what friendship means. You have to stand with your friend even if in a problem, in a happiness. That is all about it. Not that when somebody is in a problem and you leave this kind of the person and say that, oh, no, let me do this and this. No, that's the right time of you to stand. Where were you? Where were we? As we were just making sure that let's ejaculate this kind of the issue. No, we were in a place that we were talking about animals. Animal has to keep you. But when it reaches to the point where now you handle animal like donkeys, when animal has done, you beat it bitterly. When Lucas the Traveler has a kind of the issues solving about one or three things, this kind of the issue you bring back to the animals. At the end of the day, you get that now this kind of the animals now is developing serious problem. And at the end of the day, you get now that after developing serious problem, at the end of the day now you get this kind of the animal, it loses his life. Now much of the people that are coming and talking about, oh, this kind of the animal, oh, it was sick, this and this and this and this. But at the end of the day, we don't conclude about that story that it was sick, but we had to, we heard and we saw how much it was being handled like a nothing business. Beyond that, back to the serious of the platform over here that we are really talking about. Beyond that, even if it was now sick at this particular time, when something is being organized by a national government and it's being told that, oh, this kind of the animal has to be treated against this, there's a breakout of certain disease, and all animals must be subjected to be vaccinated against this kind of the disease. But much of the people, they come now an ignorance. And you know, something that has a vaccine, it simply means that something to treat it is a very difficult. But when now it reaches a point where now this kind of the animal now gets sick, now you come, the all brains now generate to veterinaries and talk about, oh, we call a lot of veterinary to treat this kind of animals, but they never manage to treat it. But who has to be blamed? The person who has to be blamed is all about the ignorant person. That is all about person that has to be blamed, not this individual. Because when it was being announced, much of the people never took the responsibility to say that, let me take my animal, because they say that keep animal and animal to keep you. And that's the real fact and the real story of the day. So guys, as we just summarize this kind of the video to make sure that we are heading somewhere to work, because it is early in the morning and on Saturday. Happy Sabbath for those people who are worshiping on Saturday, because I get to understand right now it is a church time, and I get to understand now the rain has been raining, and here it was one of the my place to collect much of the sand. That's the sand that we used as we were constructing my mom's house. We just harvested over here and the other place there, and back to my construction site over there. We are there to make it happen, and right now, because the rain is raining, we want to go to look for much of the boys there to make sure that they collect sand. And when they collect sand, we have to make sure that make sure that the sand lands at our construction site to make sure that, oh, we are there to make it happen. And I pray to God that the rain has rained. Now what has remained is to commence fully back to our construction to make sure that we make it happen. But we don't have a hurry, because we don't compete in any person. If today we make a step, then we keep quiet over there, then the next day we make a step. That's how things are. We cannot compete that, oh, because of this and this. We have to go meticulously. But the point is that you have to go slowly by slowly, and you shall say that slowly Buy slowly is a way to make it happen. Thank you so much for always tuning in to make sure that let's make it happen. If you have not subscribed to this kind of the video, make sure that you subscribe and you tune in. And make sure that you grab inside with both your legs. And everything going to make it meticulously. Goodbye. Let's meet to the next video.